6:48, welcome back to Breakfast Television. Yes, the City Corral remains up. We are looking now at day 6 rodeo and chuck wagon action. And it was a pretty interesting day.
Yeah, and just to confuse things for you further, yesterday was day 6, today was day 7, but day 6 is day 2 in Pool B, so today will be day 3 in Pool B. Got that?
Nope. Good thing you do, though.
It means we're getting close to crunch time. As the weekend draws closer, all these rodeos become more and more important, and it was a good one yesterday. Canadians coming up big again at the rodeo, two of them winning their events, and someone we got to know yesterday, Tara Sloan, interviewed Zeke Thurston, Skeeter's boy of Big Valley. Let's go to the highlights, and we'll start, though, with tie-down roping. And it's Corey Solomon of Prairie View, Texas, the only cowboy to break the 7-second barrier, stopping the clock in 6.8 seconds to top the day. That moves him into second behind Fred Whitfield in the Pool B standings. Saw a showdown between these two at the Stampede. I think it was last year. Two of the best, and really a good time, sub-7, the tie-down for Solomon.
And a familiar face when it comes to steer wrestling.
Well, Luke Branchino of Los Alamos, California, puts up a 4.3-second run, topping the day. Also vaulting him into second spot in the standings, right behind Wednesday's winner, Trevor Knowles. Some of the best bulldoggers in the world in this pool, and he does that little thing that I don't know what he calls it. There's a name for it, I'm sure, but it's his trademark after he has a good run like that.
And a Canadian in bareback here.
Oren Larson of Inglis, Manitoba. Now, Zeke Thurston had some good luck because he was on BT. Oren Larson, I interviewed, stumbled across him at the Stampede the other day before his first rodeo. One of the two Manitoba guys here put together a couple of nice rides. He tops the standings now. Topped the day with an 88 on Mile Away. He's tops overall with 9,000 pocketed on 2 rides. And you know what? For a guy who's just thrilled to be here, he must be really thrilled to be here. He's riding against world champions in this pool, and the Manitoba kid is on top. There's Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke.
BT's guest yesterday in the saddle bronc. Call it a BT push. Scored an 89 on Awesome. That moves the Albertan to 3rd in the overall standings. And a great show for Zeke Thurston.
We're not going to take all the credit, but maybe we'll just take a little bit. Next we go to barrel racing.
For the second straight day in the barrel racing, they do the Cloverleaf, and it's Lisa Lockhart of Ulrich, South Dakota, putting up the fastest run, stopping the clock in 17:34. Watch out for Hinton's Tara Muldoon, though. She was second and now sits second in the overall standing. So the Canadian Hope in Pool B in pretty good shape with 2 rodeos to go. They'll go again today and tomorrow, and then we'll have Wild Card Saturday.
Okay, now we take a ride on bulls.
One of the greatest names at the Stampede this year, Stetson Lawrence, Williston, North Dakota. Lucky run here. 7 dust, scoring an 89.5 for the best score of the day. Stetson sits 5th overall after getting bucked off on Wednesday. Wesley Silcox is atop the standings, with 7,501. Super tight, with 4 or 5 guys still have a shot at getting into the weekend action in the bull riding.
Okay, and how are the chucks going, Dave?
Well, let's have a look. Kurt Bensmiller sat second in the overall aggregate coming into the night, but he edged out Jordy Fite for the top time on the night, but just 100th of a second. And that vaults Bensmiller to the top of the leaderboard. He took the #1 barrel with the top Mike Vegan, Jason Glass, and Colt Cosgrave. An extremely fast heat, and usually that's the way it is the way it works. The guys that are running the fastest go in the last heat of the night, and that's what happened last night.
Okay, let's take a look at the leaders now. Where did they sit?
To the leaderboard as they cross the finish line. We should watch the finish. You've got Kurt Bensmiller sitting atop, Mike Vegan #2, Vern Nolan in 3rd, and Logan Gorst in 4th. Jason Glass sits in 5th, Kelly Sutherland's in 7th, and it's the top 8 that we look for in the chucks.
Okay, now, who are we looking out for today?
Well, we picked 2. Oren Larson and Zeke Thurston. Oren, I'm really pulling for him. I mean, I knew he was a cowboy. I wasn't sure who he was here once 5 years ago, I think. And so I asked him, what's your name? What are you in? And he said, I'm Oren Larson from Manitoba. And he's really excited to be here. And after 2 rodeos against some of the guys in that pool to be on top, super exciting. And it's also a wide open race in that competition. And really happy for Zeke Thurston. His dad won every rodeo in the world, I think, in the 90s. And to see the second generation come along and put on a show at the Stampede is pretty exciting. And he rode great yesterday and one to watch today.
Some really nice stories, Dave. Thank you for this. Still to come on the show.